yours to get your ass fucked, nigga.
Man, it's getting spicy, man. More update. DJ Academics reacts to the guy that was having the threesomes with P. Diddy and his girl. Man, stay tuned in for more up and coming videos. Much love. Let's get to it. Like,
so he gives way more details about this Cassie and Diddy thing than he gives with any other interview. Okay, so check this out.
Gave her a quote. She said she was going to be there with some friends.
This is about the first encounter. By the way, amazing job to Cameron, who pretty much did a good job of, getting certain answers that we didn't get from him before. And we're talking about the Punisher.
All my marketing stuff in my business is like SEO. So Google.
So basically, he's saying that because of Google SEO, that's how Cassie found him. So Cassie just called up a number, and it was his business. He said he used to market with Google. And, by the way, the MO of Cassie with the freak off would be Diddy would tell her, go get some niggas off Backpage.
Google search.
But apparently he was gotten from Google because she just cold called him.
So if you go online in the New York City area and you put in male strippers for hire or whatever, my website's going to come up. So they just clicked on the website and called the number. And I just happened to pick up the phone. It wasn't, I don't think they were looking for me specifically.
Right.
I just picked up the phone.
Got you. Where did these, well, let's say the first time, where did these events usually happen at? Puff's house, Cassie's house, hotel? Like, where did these events happen at?
I was all super high-end hotels.
Gotcha.
So I remember it was the Trump Tower, Hotel Central high-end, super, I Googled it, and the joint was like $30K a night, yo. On the lines of super high-end, super suites. One of the suites, man, in the London hotel, it was so crazy when I got out of it, I Googled it, and the joint was like $30K a night, yo.
Wow.
I never seen nothing like this in my life, man. The hotel room looked like, that scene in the Titanic when they walk in that ballroom and the stairway well comes down?
Right.
Like the hotel room was crazy, man.
How often did they call you or book you?
Like I said in my I can't remember the exact amount of time. So I estimated between 8 and 12 times, but it would be like every few months, but it would be a Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Like I would come Friday night, then they come back Saturday night, then come back Sunday. And then I might not be called for 3-4 months, and then they just pop up. So at the time, I thought they lived out of town. They would. She would call me from a Cali number, so I assumed they were out of state. And she basically said, "Yo, can I hit you when we're in town?"
Right.
But it would be multiple nights in a row, but months in between.
Right. And if some of these questions that I asked you may seem repeated because you've been asked these same questions, so some of these questions even Puff was participating. Could you explain your first time going to one of these events?
Yeah. So I really believed they were a married couple. Like when I got there, I didn't recognize Cassie.
Right.
Like I saw.
This is how he figured out that it was Diddy. He said it before, but he gave more details here.
Hey, she looked familiar, but honestly, when I saw her, I thought she was Megan Good.
Right.
Like if I was gonna pin, I was like, I think this is Megan Good. But then when I looked on the Google, Megan Good was much thicker. So I just
damn, Cassie was bad as fuck. Nigga thought it was Megan Good he was fucking. Let me look at Megan Good. Holy shit, Megan Good. Yeah, but Megan Good's a little bit darker though, huh? But Megan Good is fine as a motherfucker. Jesus Christ. Okay.
I couldn't really figure it out. So, and then when she said her husband, when Puff walks out to finally, do his voyeur thing.
Yo, by the way, he's going to get into like the actual steps of the freak off. He said it would always start with Cassie and him. I guess that's during the oil each other up portion. Diddy was never in the room at that point. But supposedly Cassie would tell him, at some point, my husband's going to walk in the room. Don't look at him. Don't talk to him. And you only talk to me. And Diddy would walk out, and he said there was always a chair and a table set up, like in the corner. You're going to hear him say it. And he said, Diddy would never give him instructions. He would give instructions to Cassie. And he says he has bad hearing. And one time he thought Diddy was saying something to him. And he was like, what the fuck? Because he thought he heard something wrong or something different. Like he thought Diddy was trying to say, it's my time to fuck him now. Like, he's like, wait, Diddy about to fuck me? What the hell? But he ain't know it was Diddy at first.
And see what's going on.
So hold on real quick. It didn't start with Puff in the room.
Nah, I never started with him in the room.
Yo, Cam, we can't take you seriously when you look like you. Yo, Cam look young as fuck. How Cam look like he's still on the set of Paid in Full, bro? We can't take Cam serious with like this, bro. We can't take Cam serious, dog. We can't take this nigga serious, bro. I'm not taking Cam serious, my nigga. Like, yo.
Okay.
It would only be me and her, and she said at some point her husband's going to walk in, and I'm not supposed to acknowledge him, look at him, act like he's not even in the room.
Right.
So we'll be like on the couch, let's say on one end of the room, and then like on the far end of the room, it'll be like a table with a chair, and eventually he'll come in the room and like sit in the area, of course, the room, like watching, and we're supposed to act like he's not there.
How often, pardon me, not how often, how long did it take until you realized that it was Diddy?
Bro, like, I want to say like over a year.
Get the fuck out of here. A whole year? Why? So let me, how long, okay, let's, I want to stick to that for a second, but how long did you know till it was Cassie?
So the minute I found out it was Diddy, that's when I knew it was Cassie.
So it took a year for you to find out for Cassie as well?
Yeah, yo,
Okay.
I didn't recognize it. Like when I jumped out of it, I did try to do the Google searches. Like I wanted to try to figure out who it was,
Right.
but I'm Googling a married couple.
Right.
So every result I'm getting is not leading me to the right places because they're not married.
Got you.
You know? So then, and I never found out with a visual cue. It was a hotel, the ex's house, and I would get there, let's say 2 a.m, and sometimes nothing would pop off for hours. So in this case, they threw me in like an extra room in the suite, and just to kill time, I happened to cut on the TV, but in the TV had a welcome message. So the TV said, yo, ex's house would like to welcome Mr. Sean Combs. And I'm like, yo, this is crazy. Like, I had no idea, man.
So that's how you found out that
That
it was,
must have been a mistake, because remember they were staying under pseudonyms. But obviously, you know, some of these places eventually would be allowing this, you know, they would probably know Sean John or whatever, or Sean Combs, and probably have, you know, when you go to them hotels and you see it on the screen?
was Cassie and Diddy by just cutting on the TV and seeing the introduction on the television. Wow.
On the TV.
Wow. I seen also in the transcripts that you would say that it was just a sex scene in the beginning. Nothing, no intercourse. How long until you had actual intercourse? What was happening in the first few sessions when it wasn't any intercourse?
No, it was only the first session where it wasn't intercourse.
Okay, so 10 times, one time it was only.
By the way, he's also going to admit that Diddy required him to ejaculate around the vagina of Cassie. And I ain't gonna lie to you, chat. I think because after he nutted on her pussy or in her pussy, she would oftentimes go in the next room with Diddy. Diddy would, as soon as he nuts, like I guess he was like, whatever, all that bullshit. And Diddy would immediately get up and walk. So it's like Diddy waiting for the nut. Like, oh, he nutted. Diddy would walk in the room. She would follow behind him. Wouldn't say nothing to him. I think Diddy was in there trying to taste a secondhand nut. I think Diddy was sucking the nut out of her. Word to it. Keep it 100. They're using it to moisturize his nipples, all type of shit.
Not intercourse the first time.
The first time. And it was offered, yo. But I was so bugged out. Like this wasn't my hustle, right? So I'm really in here thinking this is a married couple and they want to do some voyeur sexy scene. So we did the like set up on the couches, the baby all rubbed down or whatever. And then at some point, Puff jumped up. I didn't know it was him. He left the room. She left the room to talk to him. And she came back like, yo, that was perfect. We happy. We good. And then she said to me, yo, do you want to finish? Meaning, you know, I guess, do I want to bust a nut out? You know what I'm saying? And my first example, you know, I'm trying to be professional. Like, I'm like, nah, I'm good. Like, if y'all good, I'm good. This ain't about me. And I just left, you know, but she did say, all right, well, when we get back in town, we want to hit you again. Is it okay? I'm like, yeah, I just got $2K to rub down like a super bad chick. So I'm not, of course I'm down if you want to hit me back. But it was offered to me the first time and I actually turned it down, yo. Trying to be on some professional.
Right. Was baby oil mandatory?
Mandatory, yo.
Yeah, he got a baby oil. That's just mandatory. I seen also in the transcripts that you said it was just supposed to be like a sexy scene, meaning that Puff would tell you to move the candles a certain way or tell her to move the candles a certain way for lighting purposes for his visual. Could you explain that?
Yeah, so like when I first got in there, she made it clear that this was a scene we were setting up for her husband.
Okay.
So, you know, it was like couches, all the furniture in the suite was covered in sheets. Like everything was covered in sheets. So it was like a
Damn. They had the freak off room set up like Dexter. You ever seen the Dexter Kill Room? Chat, I've been watching Dexter constantly back to back. I love Dexter. Dexter Kill Room. This is how the freak off was set up, gang. Where is it at? Come on, man. What the fuck?
Preparation.
I have to understand.
He would set up the room. Yeah, right there. Bam. He was set. Look. The rooms were set up with like mad saran wrap and everything. So like, yeah, this is the kill room right here. So it's like a freak off room. You see all this saran wrap? It's like the freak off room, bro. Holy. All right.
Single chair across from like a big sofa. And we were supposed to sit on there and kind of, I'm supposed to put oil on myself. She's supposed to do the same. And then at some point we're rubbing on each other and we doing little like masturbating. I'm masturbating, she's masturbating, but you could tell it was an act.
Right.
Like we're like in character, like one of them corny Cinemax movies. You know what I'm saying? Like the sex scene in them little Cinemax movies. So we're trying.
Black Doggy, thank you for the 5. He says a shot to Cam.
He could be, interested in dudes. So the whole time I'm semi-paranoid. Like I wrote in my book, bro, for real. I got a hearing problem.
Right.
And sometimes when he would give her directions, I would hear like something completely different. Like he'll say, yo, I like the position you in. And I'm like, yo, did he just say I wish I could penetrate him? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm hearing, like, yo, hold on, wait, what did he just say? Like,
so basically, you never could get comfortable because. So let's just be clear and get the elephant out the room for the audience. You're not gay? You're saying?
Absolutely not.
Right. So therefore, you're saying that already, just to put everything into perspective, that you're there for this chick and to get this money.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. Somebody just said in the chat, I would be panicking. The whole time I'll be like, yo, if this nigga Diddy nut on me, fuck this $2,000 I'm getting. I gotta go kill this nigga now. Imagine you're in a freak off. You're fucking a bad bitch, but Diddy's whacking off. He's putting more Astroglide on his shit. He's going crazy. He's giving her instructions. Like, the thing is, he in your blind spot. Pause. No, Diddy. Literally. He in your blind spot. He whacking off. You putting in work, but you constantly thinking like, yo, if this nigga shoot a load of nut on my back on some take that shit, I gotta backhand him. We gonna have I don't know what type of fight it's gonna be. It's gonna be like a fucking, y'all gonna be mud wrestling with the baby oil on both of y'all. You feel what I'm saying? Now, you know what we also didn't get? If Diddy's using lube to masturbate, and I know this might be some TMI questions. Does Diddy put baby oil on himself? Like he's wishing he was in the, like, are they the only two that's in the baby oil? Or is he like, let me oil up too? What the fuck? It's like a slip and slide up in that bed.
You don't know it's Puff this whole time. So you're already thinking like, okay, this nigga's being weird, whoever it is. And I got to keep an eye out for him because we don't know what type, in case he want to, if he get mad, if he want to join, I'm not with none of that. I'm here to bone your bitch. Like
sidebar.
Paid me to do and stay the fuck out of it. But what you're saying is the paranoia intensified once you found out it was Puff and you like, oh, hold on. Now this shit done got to a 10 because not only am I fucking this nigga girl, but it's Puff. So now you saying you hearing shit that you wasn't hearing. And now you can't really enjoy the pussy like you want to enjoy it. Is that what you're saying?
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. Like I'm not.
Yo, enjoy the pussy is crazy. That's what I'm saying. Only Cam could get off some of this stuff, bro. You know, people would be like technically this wasn't consensual. Like technically, you asking if the nigga was enjoying this shit is crazy. But it's Cam. It's killer. It's killer.
Connected, yo. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like I don't think I got a real erection the entire time.
Right.
I was loading up on any pill, anything that I could take just to get there because I could not connect.
K Flock attorney, thank you for the 5. It says, Ak, I'm part of your freaky chat. I could definitely perform even in front of Diddy, easily. All right, so y'all got one nigga who's trying to say if any islands at Diddy should hire him. He said he could perform in front of you.
Yeah, we going.
I'm saying it was too paranoid, it was official paranoid, bro. Like,
right.
Because I'm not used to being in that situation. And
damn right, yo, in that room, yo, this is what this nigga was thinking. He's like, yo, if this nigga nut on me, it's gonna be like this story right here. This fucking story right here.
One nigga got that nigga up out of there. Thank God. Yeah, I had to fight some nigga in the bathroom. No homo. We slipping on semen.
That's what's gonna be. Yo, this was what's gonna happen. Diddy done nutted on this nigga's back. He turned around like, what the fuck? Yo, that's the Astroglide Playboy. My bad. Yo, Cassie, come on, let's go. Like, come on. Oh, hell nah.
I had to fight some nigga in the bathroom. No homo. We slipping on semen. Niggas was jerking off in the bathroom, nigga. I got that nigga.
Get this nigga face.
Up out of there. All that shit. You know, this is parts of the story that.
What?
I don't like to.
Wait, what? We do what?
Only had to fight one nigga, got that nigga up out of there. Thank God. I had to fight some nigga in the bathroom. No homo. We slipping on semen. Niggas was jerking off in the bathroom, nigga. I got that.
Look how he just removed the mic from his mouth. Pause.
Nigga up out of there. All that shit.
It's like he followed up like, yo, bro, you never told me this part of the story. Yo, you told the story dumb times. I never heard about this part.
You know, this is parts of the story that I don't like to tell because only had to fight one nigga, got that nigga up out of there. Thank God.
Nigga went from smiling.
Yeah, I had to fight some nigga in the bathroom. No homo. We slipping on semen.
The smile going away.
Niggas was jerking off in the bathroom, nigga.
What?
We feel.
Look at his face. Yo, chat. Yo, no, we got emotes. Remember when we were on Twitch, we could have emotes with like a little facial expression. We needed this as an emote. This got to be an emote. This face right here. Like, what the fuck? The fuck is this nigga talking about?
I got that nigga up out of there. All that shit. You know, this is parts of the story that I don't like to tell because.
All right.
And it's like homie got on the veil and butt naked, and then like I said, I find out it's Puff. And then it's the rumors, so real talk. I'm like, yo, I don't want this to go left. Right. So,
well, listen, man, we're gonna get you some pink horsepower because it don't matter what the situation is. That joint work. We're gonna, you from the block. We'll send you a case up there. Nah, you already, nigga. That ain't about nothing. Did you go raw?
You already, nigga. Yo, Cam is keeping the hood even in the interview. Now you already, nigga. Like, yo, why am I? Maybe I think it's the coffee today. I shouldn't even be laughing like this.
We'll send you a case up there. Nah, you already, nigga. That ain't about nothing. Did you go raw?
Ain't about nothing.
Yo, bro, yeah, for real, bro. That same day when he threw the stack of hundreds,
right?
Like that was like we were on the bed and you know I started out, you know, I'm eating a box, right, and after. You would tell it was like some excitement, some connection. So when I pop up, she's scooting towards me for the penetration, and she kind of looked at him, and he was like, "Yo, go ahead, have a good time." And I was wild reckless. I just it was what it was.
So it's only one time you went raw. You repeatedly went raw.
Yo, how did they go back to him being like this in that same classic fucking paid in full pose?
Let's say that was the 4th time, and then it was every time to the last time.
Got you. Gotta go raw sometime. You gotta go raw and Cassie. It be like that, my nigga. Some of my co-hosts, they got a couple questions for you, but I got one more question before they ask you a couple questions. We hear about 50's baby mom, Daphne, being involved in some of these things. Did you ever fuck Daphne, 50 Cent's baby?
Yo, Cam is wild in this interview. You know you can't talk about 50 like that? Or it's not 50, but it's baby moms.
Baby mother?
Nah, every time I was called or involved in any way, it was only Cassie specifically.
All right, cool, man. Hey, yo, my man Larry, Sheree, you got a question for him?
All right, bet. Okay, cool. Let's go to...
It's going down. They out here.
Hey, shoot their hand!
Yo, they gonna try to kill this man. Yeah, they gonna try to kill this man. I'm about to go report him.